What is up? It is Red, the rideshare ginger, coming right back at ya. It is Saturday, December 15th. It's about 12:45 in the afternoon, and I just finished up coaching a practice, and I am now on my way to go watch my girlfriend's sister compete for cheerleading. So gonna get after it and get out there, and then I'm gonna work a little bit after that. But wanted to check in. I had a $350 Friday. That is 350. It was a long day. I did about 16 hours worth of work within that day. I started at 9:45 in the morning, so in my opinion, kind of the slowest time of the day. And, you know, if you break out those numbers, it's like $22 an hour. It was a grind for me. I'm going to show you some of the numbers here, have you take a look at them. So first and foremost, take a look at Lyft. It's $121.17. I did 9 rides in total, and if you take a look, you're going to start seeing a trend here. I did $9 in tips in total in those 9 rides, and only 2 rides tipped. So then we flip over to Uber. Uber, I did $206.33. That was 20 trips and only $5 in tips, and again, 2 trips tipped. So out of 29 total trips, I had 4 separate tips totaling $14. That's part of the reason why those numbers are a little bit skewed. And then on top of that, for Uber, I had $27 in CTs, and then I had $5 cash. So in total, I did $359.50 for the day. Again, that's about $22 an hour. And like I said, so I started at 9:45, slowest time of the day, so kind of expected to have lower numbers to begin with. And then had a few issues throughout the day. Minimal tips, that's not going to get you there if you don't have good tips. Just think if I had an extra $1 tipped on each ride, I'd almost be at $400 for the day. Like that would get you over the edge if you're just averaging an extra $1 per trip. But outside of that, I had 2 separate trips that were about $25 trips a piece, and they were each 1 hour long. So I wasted 2 hours to make $40 there. That's going to lower the total a little bit because you got the pickup drop off on top of that. And then I did another 45-minute trip for about $27. Again, a good average, but I had very minimal surge yesterday. I didn't hit surge very often. I just wasn't in the right spots. All I did was follow the app yesterday. Rarely did I decline a ping until it started getting a little bit later. And then on top of that, $359, I ended up with a $150 cleaning fee. I will do a whole separate video on that, but in theory, you know, the way you look at it, it was a $500 day when it's all said and done. I didn't have to put anything cash-wise into cleaning the vehicle except for a couple of wipes, so call it a few cents, and it's a $150 profit for cleaning fee at the end of the day. But I don't look at my days that way. The $150 is nice, but it was truly a $359.50 day, which to me, solid day, but it was a grind. You gotta think 29 trips in total. So I'm just over $10 per trip, probably right around $11 per trip off the top of my head. And I mean, that's the minimum you want to be sitting at per trip in Chicago, and I would like to get a little bit higher. I had a few select rides here and there. It wasn't that I wasn't doing any select, but those long select rides. My largest trip of the day, as you can see here, I'll pull it up real quick, was a $27 trip. I mean, that's my biggest, not my longest. My longest were 2 1-hour trips, but 45-minute trip for $27, that was my biggest pay on a trip all day, which is just, I'll run for 3 hours sometimes and get a $45 trip. But I wasn't at the airports at all. I didn't end up by them. The closest I ever ended a trip to an airport was 25 minutes, and I was 25 minutes from Midway, and at that point, I was sitting in Inglewood, and I'm like, I'd rather just grab this Inglewood Surge. Well, instead of grabbing the Surge, I ended up with a 45 plus out of there on Lyft, and I took that, but that was one of those hour-long trips for 20-something bucks, so it wasn't great. I probably would have been better off taking the 20 minutes heading to Midway and grabbing the Surge out of there, but you live, you learn. Overall, though, I'm happy with the 350. I need to do 700 between Friday and Saturday this weekend. So the 350 is nice. It would have been nice to get to 4, but I just needed to tap out. I needed to get some sleep at practice in the morning, so didn't want to push it too far. And in all reality, that 700 I could push a little bit to Sunday. I could probably do a 50 on Sunday and it'd be okay. So I need to do about a $300 day today to be satisfied with what the weekend was. I just need to get caught up a little bit, get a nice $700 weekend. That'll take me to my $800 total. $800 is my bare minimum that I need to do on a weekly basis. And I was already at about 75 coming in. So hit that 800 number and be happy with it at this point. And I don't know, I just wanted to check in, show you some of these numbers. I think it's a good solid day. It's my biggest day ever. I've never done a $350 day, and I'm going to keep trying to push. I think in a couple of weeks I will try again for a $400 or $500 day. If things land right, I could have easily had a $500 day. A couple of long select trips. I was watching people grab XLs for $100. If you caught Esteban in the group chat, he had two separate, I think it was $100 XL trips. Like, holy shit, if I grab one of those, that changes my day completely. Or if, shoot, I get into the surge. I barely hit any surge. If I grab some surge, that changes my day, and I'm probably rounded up to a $400 day. So a lot of stuff went wrong for me yesterday, and I still sat at $22 an hour. So it's tough to complain at that point. And here's the best part right here. Best part, I did about 44 miles per gallon in gas, and I spent $15 on gas. Beauty of the hybrid right there. $15 on gas. If I'm in something else, if I was in my Fusion, that would have been a $30, $40, maybe even $50 gas day. $15 in gas. You can't beat it. So minimal expenses, high revenue, and things are looking good, and just going to keep working with it. If there's anything you want to know, anything you want to check in on, just let me know. I did that video on flat surge recently. Seemed like it had good feedback, information people were looking for. So if there's something that you want to know, ask me. And if I don't have the answer, I'll find the answer from someone else, and we'll get it out there for you. So email me, like, comment, share, whatever you want to do on this video. Just hit it up, watch the video, finish it through the end, watch all the videos. You're going to pick up a lot of what not to do in a bunch of the different videos, but I'd rather learn what not to do and avoid it. So that's a lot of what I'm putting out there. I don't have a whole lot of tips from yesterday. Yesterday was a grind. I just took the trips as they came, and it worked for me. So I guess that's my one tip is don't avoid trips unless you know something's coming that you're looking to hit. But at the end of the day, just continue. Watch my videos. Go check out Gio's channel, The Ride to Your Revolution. Go check out Trent's channel, Uber Tracks. A lot of good info out there. And I will have that Turo video coming your way soon. I finally have my totals for November, so I can get some info out there on Turo. But good money on there as well. And I actually have another Turo drop off tomorrow. And as of this point, there are, I think, 3 days in December that my car will not be booked. So just make it a killing on Turo too. Got to get that second vehicle, but I'm waiting for some of the legislation to come out on Turo. So, like I said, like, comment, share, get at me, and good luck out there this next week. Thanks.